Well, good morning, Nigeria. A new week begins, and you know that on this show, we'd like to usher you into it in style.
Now, we love to do everything in style, of course, and we do it with a bang. Another episode of Wake Up Nigeria means that we came back refreshed from the weekend, and hopefully we're gonna bring a little boost into your morning. My name is Titilayo Oyinso.
And I'm Yomi Ope. How did your weekend go?
Well, it was okay. I just lounged about, just, watched movies, a lot of Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's,
let me put it that way.
Oh yeah, the new pop-up. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A lot of Marvel movies.
Okay.
Getting ready for the new movie coming out this week.
Yeah.
And of course, just in case you're wondering, we're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Look us up on TVC Connect. Comments need the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
Guess what's happening in the kitchen this morning?
Yes.
We have the one and only Chef Yvonne.
Yes, indeed.
Hey.
Hey.
Girls, morning.
What's going on?
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be
She's getting ready for something really special today.
I can see chicken. I see chicken. I see
That's all you're seeing. That's all you're seeing this morning. All right, so Mondays are for motivation. We all need them. And Modupe Akinsian will be back with us to talk about building sustainable relationships for professional advantage.
Interesting topic. And from there, it's on to some serious DIY when it comes to hairstyling. And our very own Fola of Fola's Place will be taking us through the simple steps of a simple updo with just your wig and hairpins.
We'll also be bringing you something for you on what happened back in history. You know how we call it the This Day in History segment.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to be looking at that later on.
Some interesting stuff. And of course, since Monday is the start of the business week, we have, of course, Sharif Gbadamosi joining us to talk about dealing with credit in your personal business.
It's really important. Singer-songwriter Shay Shay. Guess what?
Yeah.
She's going to be joining us for a performance and a chat.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, very lovely.
Love it, love it, love it.
Very nice, very nice.
She's already in the building.
She is?
Yes.
Looking forward to that interview. She's fantastic.
She's going to be performing as well.
Wow.
She has something brand new coming out. You need to make sure you stay.
Man, you need to stick around, man. I know it's Monday and you need to go to work, but you need to stick around today for Shay.
You don't need to go to work. There's a mood that,
Some people don't need to go to work this morning. Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. You
about.
don't need to go to work. But hey, it was a very superb weekend, of course. What next for Nigeria? The whole thing has been trending after Big Brother Nigeria. I think this is about the first time we should talk about Big Brother.
Oh, right? Yeah. Because, we've been skirting the issue.
Yeah, we've been just,
We've been avoiding it.
Well, not necessarily, but we've been referencing it in innuendos.
Exactly. Not
in the last 3 months. But, finally it's over.
It's over. It's over.
And, since Saturday it's been trending. Because, of the build-up, everybody was,
everybody was just so
CC, Miracle, Toby, all those guys.
The funny thing that Miracle won, but then CC was trending. Or she was trending higher than Miracle or even Toby. And, it goes to show, the point is, the number of people going after CC, people define her as, she was sort of the embodiment of a strong woman. But then the argument is that, do you have to be toxic? And, that way to be strong, so that's it. But she was extremely very toxic.
So I think toxic is a harsh word. I think, to be honest, a lot of women are misunderstood, especially when they come up against a man. Yes.
Well,
I'm going to say it for all the women out there who are strong-willed and like to push the envelope.
Talk to Titi and people that.
No, I'm not trying to justify anything she did. I'm not really a big fan of the franchise.
Yeah. One of the things.
But really, when it comes to the money aspect, that's what I wanted to talk about. So someone has just been rewarded for staying in a house for how many days? How many days? 85 days. Being fed, being clothed, essentially just having fun, and has now, become.
He has almost 40 million naira richer.
And I'm thinking about it.
That's
What sort of message are we really
Are we
sending?
really passing?
Yeah,
You see,
well-
it's the same thing we're talking about. We go against Big Brother and all of that, but then the hype is crazy. They had over 170 million votes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean,
People are watching.
convert that to text messaging.
But for
Yeah.
me, the big one, of course, has to be this other person now, Collins. You know, because he encouraged his babe to go. And from what I heard, reports that he drove her there and everything.
Out to the audition.
She went there and found love. And she has hooked up to the winner. And
Oh,
now
right.
she virtually broke up on air with him. She was
Wow.
like, look, I'll continue with Miracle.
Wow.
When I get home, I'll deal with Collins. But let's be serious, if you are the one, would you leave a guy who loves you, who you had sex with in the house,
Yeah.
who is now almost 30 million naira cash richer in
Wow.
deals and all that, over 50 million richer for a guy
Collins,
back
though,
there?
like,
You understand that? That's the question. That's the question.
I'm sorry,
I
Collins.
didn't see that coming.
Collins
I
will
did
find,
not see that
Collins
coming.
will find love.
Wow.
It's the headlines in the papers, and Yomi and Titi have you on that one.
All right. So much happening in the news over the weekend up until this morning. And we're starting with the Punch. Omo Agege, Senate panel chair, Marafa Ndume trade words. You can see comments by both of them. Buhari wants second term to consolidate gains, says Aide. Nigeria will sustain positive growth outlook, say Adeosun and Emefiele. Reject recycled, jaded politicians in 2019. Shoyika tells Nigerians. Banks face lower profits on new CBN disclosure rule. Federal government allocation to health too poor, says Anyaoku. And then some sad news here. 27 killed in Kogi, Borno states. UK position on gay marriage satanic. Ignore it, says Khan to Buhari. And finally, Oyinlola must apologize to me, says Bode George. All on the cover of The Punch this morning.
On the cover of the Guardian newspaper, it says, Nigeria takes delivery of 12 Tucano warplanes in 2020. Buhari will be the first African president to visit Trump. Interesting headline there. It also says MTN picks Chapel Hill, RMB, others for planned IPO. Stakeholders expect biggest offer in the market. IMF acknowledges CBN's monetary policy success. 13 killed in Kogi, Borno attacks. On health news, most infants will be designer babies in 20 years, it says. And on this tankers menace we keep seeing, resident structures in grave danger as tankers, trucks defy Lagos government's military's orders to quit bridges. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right. The Daily Sun is up next with the headline, 15 killed in Kogi, Borno attacks. Blood flows as insurgents strike mosque. Wow. And Biafra possible if injustice continues, says Ezefe. Group urges Buhari to drop second-term bid. Wike fingers federal government in attack on Senate. Action, disgrace to democracy, says Saraki. 2019, Obasanjo's coalition can't solve Nigeria's problems, says Shoyinka. And finally, federal government ends BSc HND dichotomy. OK's entry point of SGL 2008. Peaks position, and then some other details there. And finally, Miracle wins Big Brother Naija show, all on the cover of the Daily Sun.
Okay, so on the cover of The Nation, it says 2019, Obasanjo under fire for anti-Buhari campaign. Shoyinka Falana attack ex-president at Ghani lecture. It says here, Saraki Tambuwal give PDP conditions. EFCC's 24 billion naira headquarters ready. Interesting. 30,000 polling units not created, says INEC. Student pilot miracle is Big Brother Naija winner. 16 killed in attack on Kogi communities. And finally, 33 APC aspirants face screening in Ekiti. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
Well, that's about it on the newspaper headlines for now.
Of course, newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure. We have to go on a commercial break now, but we will be back with this morning's fitness.
Welcome to the fitness segment of your favorite show on TV, Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Benjamin, your fitness instructor, and today what we have is the hybrid, high-intensity exercises that we'll be doing this beautiful Monday morning. So let's get going. Guys, we're starting with the splitting lunges. We're going this way. Are you guys ready? All right, come on, let's go. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now these exercises, you can do them from 1 to 25, but that's 1 set, and you can repeat that for 4 sets. So they work on the quads and the hamstring and your glutes. So the next exercise is the squat kick. Squat kick. Are you guys ready? So we're starting from the right. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, the last one, and 16. So these exercises are basically for the lower part of your body. Next move we are doing is the skater's peak. We're going this way. Guys, are you ready? Yeah. So we're starting from the right. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. That's it. Now the next move we are doing is the high knees. So we're going this way. All right, guys, are you ready? Okay. All right, so let's take it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. That's it for the move. Our next move is beginning to get intense now. Our next move is the burpees. So this is how you do the burpees. Are you ready? All right, 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, and 10. Now, you take some rest. The next move will be the jumping jack, so you go this way. Oh, that's the much time can allow us to take. So hope you enjoyed it. We're about to head straight to the kitchen for the continuation of the program. Have an excellent day.
Wow, good morning, good morning, good morning. I have a smile on my face because I'm in the kitchen this morning. And I'm with none other than Chef Yvonne. Now, Chef Yvonne is from Lavon Cuisine, and she has something special she's going to be preparing for us this morning. So talk to us.
Well, this morning we're going to be preparing teriyaki chicken and white rice.
Teriyaki?
Yes.
So that sounds very like...
Japanese.
Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say Asian, just to be safe.
Asian, yes, it's Asian.
All right, then.
It's Japanese. It's actually a Japanese method of cooking whereby you boil or you grill with a glaze of soy sauce, sugar, and mirin. Now, mirin is sake.
Oh,
their local
fantastic.
drink.
Okay.
But unfortunately, this is Africa. We don't do sake here that much. So sake can be substituted with vinegar.
Fantastic.
Yes, with
Okay.
vinegar.
I feel like my heart can come down now because I know sake is kind of alcoholic. Yes, so I was like, Chef Yvonne, are you trying to?
High. We're going to get high this morning.
All right, so let's go over our ingredients.
Yes, we have our ingredients. Of course, we have our chicken.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we have
chicken. We have sugar.
Yeah.
We have vinegar. We have rice, of course. Yeah. We have garlic. We have vinegar, sorry.
Vinegar, yeah.
This is
soy sauce.
Yes. And
is that brown sugar?
No, this
what
is
that?
Seasoning.
Seasoning, that's your special coded seasoning. Hey, Chef Yvonne has
and then we have our green onions, spring onions.
All right.
Essentially, yes.
Fantastic. So where do we start?
Well, we're going to start by boiling or cooking the rice first.
Okay.
Because that actually takes longer than the sauce and the meal itself. So you have your rice. So just wash your rice.
Okay.
We have some water here boiling already for the rice.
Okay. So is an ordinary rice, nothing special about the rice? Just
well, this is basmati, but you can essentially do any other kind of rice as long as it's white rice.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
So it's not long grain, it's not perfume, it's not...
No, it's not. It's not.
All
it's
right,
none of those special things.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to wash the rice and then start boiling the rice, after which then we can now start with the rest of the cooking.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go.
Okay.
So as at this point, I want to go over the ingredients one more time as you're rinsing the rice. So we have the spring onions here. We have chicken. We have garlic already peeled.
Yes.
So that's rice, oil, salt, pepper, seasoning, that's your special seasoning. Chicken, soy sauce, sugar, and vinegar.
Yes.
Quite simple ingredients. You can find all of these at home.
It's very simple homemade recipe.
All right,
which
fantastic.
you can do at home. You can do for dinner. You want something quick that you want to feed your family.
Yeah.
It doesn't take time, and it consists of staple ingredients that everybody has at home.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, so this your method of rinsing is interesting to me. I usually use like a sieve, and scrub the rice out. But I can see you're just basically scooping the rice out of the water.
Because this is basmati. It's not as starchy as regular rice.
Fantastic.
So it doesn't need all that much washing.
I also noted that the water was already boiling.
Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
Basmati doesn't require a lot of cooking. Okay. So it's usually best to have your water boiled already. So it essentially just steams the rice. And then before you know it, it's ready. Okay. Unlike regular rice that takes longer to cook and requires more water and more cooking.
Okay.
Yes.
All right then. So I'm looking at this chicken, and I'm thinking the chicken doesn't look like the chicken I normally buy in the market. What sort of chicken is this?
This is chicken breasts.
Okay.
This is chicken breasts.
Did you buy it this way, or you did something to it?
I bought it this way.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can get chicken breasts.
So you just cleaned and sliced it, I guess.
Diced it up.
All right, fantastic.
So
there's nothing I'm looking out for if I'm in the market for chicken,
No, just make sure it's nice and fresh.
Okay.
Because if it's not fresh, it's usually discolored. When you have a nice pinkish glow, then it's fresh chicken.
All right then.
Yeah. So we have it diced up here.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do now with the chicken is...
The first thing we're going to do now, we're going to sear the chicken in the frying pan with a glaze of, with a little oil.
Okay,
essentially,
fantastic.
We're just going to fry the chicken. Or sear, really.
Sear, not fry.
Yes, not fry. Because you're not using all that much oil.
Okay.
Could you help me with the oil, please?
Okay, I got it. I got you.
That's right.
All right.
There
you go.
Take care.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of chicken, and this doesn't look like a lot of it. It looks like a particular amount of, a particular number of portions here that we have.
Yes.
So
don't worry, you will get enough to eat.
That's not the question now. Shafi, why are you outing me like this? I'm trying to ask how many people can take these portions that you've prepared.
Well, it depends on the quantity of chicken, like you said. If you're doing a kilo, at least a kilo of chicken will feed comfortably 3 people, 3 to 4 people.
Fantastic.
Depending on how many pieces you get in it.
Okay.
So I think, and that's a reasonable amount of servings.
All right, then. So I can see how the chicken breast started out.
Yes, that's how it started out. So,
and you're just
have it
basically
diced
slicing
it,
it.
yeah.
Nothing special.
nothing
really.
special, no.
Okay, so there's a lot of garlic here, but with chicken and garlic, usually I see onions. Any?
No, teriyaki doesn't require onions. It's essentially garlic, but you could replace garlic with ginger if you're a fan of ginger.
Okay.
I prefer garlic with ginger.
All right, then.
Yes.
Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be taking some hairstyling tips. Hello and good morning once again. We're in the garden and I have with me none other than Fola.
Hi, morning everybody.
So this is the miracle worker that's been doing our hair on Wake Up Nigeria for what, months and months and months now. And he's here to show us a basic updo. So Fola, please take it away.
Okay, I'm about to just do something simple.
Okay.
Because I realize that many Lagos women, they are very busy and Monday is a day that they don't want anything to come in the way, especially their hair.
Okay.
So this simple guide, you can do whatever you want to, but this simple guide will show you a simple way to style your hair without having any issue at all.
All right. So go ahead.
Okay,
what's the first thing you need to do to this hair?
Okay, the first thing I did was actually to straighten the hair a bit to make it smooth for work, because on a Monday you need to look sharp, presentable. So the first thing I did was to make it smooth.
All right.
With my straightener here.
Yeah.
So I'm using a pencil
All right.
in between the hair here.
Okay.
Because I want to create a simple updo.
So it's just a pencil to help in the styling. The pencil is not going to be there later.
No, I'm taking out the pencil.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Start. We start now.
So while you're doing this, please,
Okay.
can you tell me, how long does this usually take for an average person? Now you're into this. You do this all the time.
Yeah, if you're like into styling all the time, it should take like maybe 5, max 7 minutes to get it done.
So what are you doing now exactly? You're just folding the hair over the pencil?
Doing a small braid. This I will have done it more, but because the wig is short, so we are doing a small braid at the tips.
Okay. Fantastic. I can do this with any straight weave on, right?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't have to be a wig?
No. If you have your weave fixed on,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. This is something that someone can learn in what, 5 minutes?
Well, every woman basically will be able to do this because it's a simple braid. So you just braid it backward.
Okay, so from what I can see here, I can see that you're folding the hair over the pencil before braiding it.
Yes.
So instead of just braiding it straight down, you're taking the hair over the pencil.
Yes, because just to be creative about what you do and wear your hair in a fancy fashion.
All right.
So it looks beautiful all day long and it's not in any way disturbing your work.
All right then. If, for instance, the hair I have is curly, if the hair is a bit curly, what exactly would I have to do to make sure that this hairstyle would still look good?
It's basically the same thing. You just have to know how to take your braids in. That's all. It's a messy updo, what we call tousled hair.
Okay.
So it's something that will look nice and chic and very beautiful. So it does not come in between your work during the day, and you still look very, very good.
Okay, so far all you've used is, the hair, the pencil, and your hands.
Yes.
Is there anything else I need
I'll need
to get this?
I have a band here at my wrist. So
a rubber band?
Yes.
Okay.
I use this to hold the tip so the hair does not fall apart.
All right. So a rubber band. We need a rubber band. Yeah. We also need the hair. We need a pencil.
Yes.
Nothing else I need?
More.
Okay. Okay. So I can see you're doubling the rubber band now. Is that to make it smaller or tighter?
To hold the tips in place so it doesn't fall off.
All right.
Because weave has a funny way of getting all tousled up.
Okay. All right. So the rubber band is in there.
Yes. So
All
you
right.
can see it has this butterfly effect at the back.
All right.
Butterfly
I
wings
think
at
you're
the
going to
back.
have to turn a little. Turn your head. No, this way. That way. To
So
the camera.
I need
A hairpin.
yes.
All right. There you go. All right.
So you're looking grand like a queen on a Monday, and your hair is not in any way
Okay.
distracting you from work. Because long hair can be a bit of work on
Okay.
a Monday.
All right. So that everybody can see. Yeah. So you put the pins where exactly? Show us where you put the pins one more time.
Just you
Point to the place you put the pins.
Okay, one here. Just
Yeah.
hold it in place here.
Okay.
And that one here.
To have that butterfly effect that
Yes.
we're talking
yes.
about. Okay. You need to make sure you stand so that
Okay,
everybody can see
okay.
it.
It's a simple trick.
I know that in the salon you're just basically all over the place.
Yes, yes.
But
because
you know
have
because
to move.
yeah.
Hairstyling is motion, so you have to be on the move.
All right then. So are you saying that I can actually do this myself?
It's basically every woman who can braid simple braids can do this because it's very simple. It's a simple
All
updo.
right.
So,
Okay, so Fola is just about done with this and he's just holding it in place, and this has been a simple updo. Thank you so much for showing this to us. We have to go on with the show now. We have, of course, Sharif Gbadamosi on standby with Yomi in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, TT, for that. Now, most small business owners can identify with issues of credit, as it's about how half of the business may likely get done, especially if the business is sales. Now, of course, usually many businesses have all these things that they talk about. No credit today, come tomorrow, or you have signs like that. But anyway, Sharif Gbadamosi is a financial expert, and he's here to talk to us about how to deal with credit. Now, the last time you were here, you talked about the fact that as much as possible, people shouldn't do business on credit, especially small businesses because it's difficult to get your money back.
Right.
But here, you want to talk to us this morning about
Credit management.
how to manage credit in the case where, you really can't do without, selling on credit. Otherwise, a lot of these things stay with you. Can you just give us a background on that, and then we'll just begin to address some of the issues?
Okay. There are some small businesses. Well, we mentioned last time that most SMEs that tend to deal with fast-moving consumer goods should really stay off credit, because it's going to be the turnover of their products is going to be very daunting for them to be able to deal with that and continue.
Exactly.
So, but there are some people that are selling goods or services that they can't really avoid selling on credit, because at the end of the day, we all want to make a sale. So in some cases, they have to extend some level of credit, but there's a way in which they can actually structure this credit management to ensure that the businesses don't actually get in trouble in future.
Yeah. So let's talk about these ways, because, we don't have much time, but I want us to, get to the meat of the matter. So I'm selling shoes, a pair of shoes or whatever it is, and it's 10,000 naira. And you don't have 10,000 naira immediately.
Yes.
And then, so I talk to you about a payment plan, or what happens?
You can organize a payment plan for your customers. You can say to them that, okay, you can offset the 10,000 naira over 5 weeks, for instance, if you can manage 2,000 naira per week, depending on the customer's cash flow. Or you can tell the customer, you know what, give me half the money now, 5,000, and you can give me the remaining a month from now, 30 days. So you can give them that. So there are many different ways in which an organization can structure, but each customer must be treated on their own merit. It's not everybody you would extend this kind of credit to. Some customers will be able to pay upfront. Some customers will be able to would want to take the payment plan, and some customers will tell you, okay, you know what? Instead of it depends. If it's a business-to-business engagement, where I am selling to another business and they have something I need, you might actually orchestrate a barter trade where you can offset it as well. So there's a possibility for that as well.
So I like this idea. So I think maybe where a lot of small businesses are lacking is that there's actually no structure.
There's no structure
for this credit system. So for instance, in the bigger organizations, so maybe like insurance companies, they come to you and they collect 10,000 naira per month because there's already a document that says at the end of the month I'm going to collect 10,000. So I think it's for, are you saying that it's for small businesses to then structure their credit system in such a manner?
Yes, small businesses have to structure their credit systems. Again, depending on what they're selling and also depending on the customer itself. Right. You can set credit limits and say, okay, you know what, from a risk perspective, because credit is a risk to your business, you might not be able to realize that cash. So what happens, you can tell yourself that, okay, if I'm selling shoes that cost 10,000 naira, I would probably, and someone is buying maybe 2, 3, I have a customer, and I'll probably say that, okay, I can extend credit to you to maybe 1.5, maybe 15,000. In which case the person has to be able to pay another 15,000, depending again on the individual. Each person has their own risk profile, risk exposure. So as a company, I wouldn't necessarily have a blanket rule for everybody. Okay. I would actually say, depending on who the customer is, I might do this for them. But isn't a blanket rule better, such that most customers already know that I should normally pay 3 times for this? Yeah. So that, you know, anyone you deal with, you're dealing with them at that level that, okay, we're going to be paying 3 months for whatever it is that we're buying from you. Again, it depends on what it is. A blanket rule might work, yes. And everybody would say, okay, we know that this is how we have to pay. Yeah. Like, for instance, real estate. They'll tell you that you put a 20% deposit down. Exactly. And you pay for the remaining maybe 1 year, 2 years. That's fine, because real estate is a huge sum of money. And not everybody has that kind of cash flow floating around in their bank account. Right. But when you're dealing with things like shoes, really, the cost involved is really not that high. Yeah. But you have more of a tendency for people to default with that. Because with real estate, you do your background check, you do your due diligence, you find out who this person is, what their background is, you find out where they work, you find out what sort of income that they have and things like that. But with shoes, people walk off the streets, I can't start doing a background check on that person, it gets expensive. Exactly. So in that case, I have to have a little bit more of a strict policy to say, okay, you know what, I can't really afford to do too much with this person. I can afford to lose 5,000 naira out of 20, right? And give that up. Risk losing. Right. Doesn't necessarily mean that I will lose. So you put something down and then you come back at maybe a later date. And pay later on. But in such situations, the person has to give you some form of collateral because we don't really have that good of a database in Nigeria. So how would I know where this person is, how they're going to pay back? So in such cases, that's why it's difficult to actually I think I like the idea of collateral because, look, again, it's small businesses. Yeah. My total capital might not be more than 100,000. Yeah. And if I'm giving out credit, I need to be able to hold on to something that says, absolutely, when this you default, you know, maybe once or twice, then I'll be able to sell this and make that money back. That's right. That's really important. I wanted to talk to you about something about layaway plans, but probably that will be for, you know, a later date. Still for small businesses as well, where I don't part with the product. Until you finish paying. Until you finish paying. You know, but sometimes you know how it is. Again, it's small products, fast-moving consumer goods. I need it today. It's difficult to do it with those. Yeah. It's more with long-term goods that, you know, you buy today and you're likely to use it for a year, 2 years, 3 years before you replace. Right. Yeah. Right. Thanks so much, Sheriff, very much for joining us. The time was short today, but I think we've been able to do justice to that, and hopefully we'll talk about some other issues relating with credit later on. Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to go on a break now, and after this will be This Day in History. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is a new one. Hey, Mike.
That's strange. Yeah, it is.
All right, so Titi had to rush off to the kitchen to make breakfast for the boys.
Yeah, of course.
So we're being a bit chauvinistic this morning, but we want to go back in history and talk about a number of things that happened on this day in history. And our first story today is talking about Charlotte E. Ray, who became the first African-American woman admitted to practice law in Washington, D.C. Now, Charlotte was the first black American female lawyer in the United States, the first woman admitted to practice before the Supreme Court. She graduated from Howard University School of Law in 1872. Her admission was used as a precedent by women in other states who sought admission to the bar. She was only admitted to Howard because she applied under the name C.E. Ray, and Ray was used as an alternative to disguise her name and her gender. Of course, otherwise her admission would have been instantly revoked. So very nice for women.
Very cool, great one. Of course, that's quite something considering that she was the first black woman. This was 1872. Yeah. 1872. All right, and then of course, born today in 1928, Shirley Temple was born. Shirley Jane Temple, an American actress best known for her parts as a child actress, singer, and tap dancer. She was the most influential child star of her generation. Possibly her best known part as Shirley Blake in the movie Bright Eyes, when she first performed the song that will become one of her trademarks, On the Good Ship Lollipop. She won an Academy Award for Best Juvenile Performer in 1935.
Let's have a look at a short video.
Lobsters dancing in a row, shuffle off to Buffalo. Jellyfish sway to and fro at the codfish bowl. Thin and heavy leaves the eel through an Irish field. The cat
Example there. And on this day in 1984, scientists
So it's not so cool.
found the AIDS virus and identified it and said, okay, this is now AIDS.
Yeah.
That was in 1984, and there was this day in 1984, and it was the discovery of the virus, which, of course, was a fatal disease sweeping through America, and it was hailed as a monumental breakthrough. I wish the breakthrough was the cure.
The cure.
But anyway, the development was announced in Washington by U.S. Health Secretary Margaret Heckler. She said the virus, which weakened the immune system, was a variant of a known human cancer virus called HTLV3. And so HIV discovered on this day,
on this particular
in
day
1984.
in 1984.
Wow.
All right, of course, that's all we can take on historical facts this week. We would also have much more for you next week. But then it's still Wake Up Nigeria.
Well done to Titi for putting together that short.
Yeah. It was cool.
This day in history.
But Titi would have taken out the 8th part. All right, but then, hey, come on. Of course, she's in the kitchen with Chef Yvonne. How far have you guys gone?
All right, so far so good. Chef Yvonne has been patiently waiting to show me how to fry this chicken.
Yes.
I need to know how to fry this chicken. Don't worry, I'm hungry this morning. Don't mind me. All right, so talk to us, Chef Yvonne.
Okay, so our rice is ready.
Okay.
Nice and steamed.
Smells good.
Yes, it does.
Really good.
Too good. That's the thing with basmati. It has this aromatic smell. It gets you pumping.
Okay.
So now we have our oil on the fire.
Okay.
Yes.
So are we looking for the oil to reach a particular temperature first?
Well, it needs to be hot because it needs to heat up so it can sear the chicken properly.
All right.
Yes.
Are you about to pour the chicken directly?
No, I'm not going to pour it.
Okay.
I'm not going to pour it. Because it needs, you don't want to have too much in the pan so that it could cook properly.
Okay.
And then it'll be nice and spacious.
All right. So let's pull this in here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let's pull that in.
This.
Okay.
So
all right. So I have a feeling this is going to sizzle.
It will. Yes.
Aha.
I like the sizzle.
The way the chicken sizzles.
Yes.
There's no sound like it.
Yes, it sizzles.
Okay, so I have to ask. Directly in the pan, I've not seen you put any seasoning on it or anything.
Calm down.
No, because we normally do these things at home now.
Hold your horses. Well, this is part of the beauty of this recipe.
Okay.
The chicken doesn't need to marinate or anything.
Oh.
So it just helps make it faster. Less stress, no fuss, no muss.
Okay.
And all that.
So the seasoning, that secret seasoning of yours, just directly on top of the chicken?
Yes, you can do it on top.
Fantastic.
So we want this to
we Niger people, we want to make sure that it enters.
Yes.
The spice enters. I don't want to use the Yoruba term. Spice, just say it.
So while this is searing,
yes.
Now you get your
what?
Yes, we need our garlic. Yes.
Okay.
So what you do is you grate the garlic.
Okay. I know that we grate a lot of things, but I don't think I've grated garlic before.
No, you could blend it as well if you want
Okay.
it. If you prefer it blended, you could also grate it.
Is there a particular reason why you've chosen, grating?
Grating, no particular reason, but I'm trying to avoid as much moisture as possible.
Oh.
If you're going to blend it, of course, you have to add a little bit of water to it.
Okay.
So grating is just a bit easier, less moisture.
And then I guess less chunks.
Yes, less chunks. Comes out in little, nice, even pieces.
All right. Some people like the chunky garlic.
Yeah, well.
I can see the chicken is changing color.
Yes. You want it to fry to a nice golden brown color.
And once that happens, I guess we'll move on to the next stage.
Yes, we will.
Ooh, I'm always so scared of graters. My fingers.
Your fingers.
Lost a few nails that way. Maybe I'm just ajebota. Because my fingers, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll be doing the slicing technique. I don't think I'll be doing the grating.
You can do the blending as well. You can do the blending technique. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
But it smells
slicing.
amazing, I
Yes,
have
it
to
does.
say. It smells great. So while we're waiting for this to
Yes, finish.
to golden,
Yes.
the other
Fry
ingredients
to
here?
golden color. So now we take our. Right, here's the main thing now.
All right,
We take our soy,
all right.
pour it, just stick in the bowl, add your soy
Soy
sauce. You add your vinegar.
okay.
Like I said before, the vinegar is a substitute for sake,
Okay.
which is the Japanese local drink.
Okay.
Then you have your sugar.
So these measurements now, I have to ask, the soy sauce, is it a particular measurement? How many spoons are we talking?
Essentially, just about a few, like four spoons.
4 spoons?
Yes,
Okay.
4 spoons of
And then-
soy. Maybe like 2.5 or 3 spoons of vinegar,
Okay.
and then you have your sugar.
How much
At
sugar
the
we
same
talking?
time, you could do 2 spoons,
Okay, 2 spoons, 2
2
tablespoons.
tablespoons,
All
yes.
right, fantastic.
2 tablespoons of sugar.
Aha. So right now, I'm seeing a lot more oil in the pan than there was before.
What you're seeing there is the juices of the egg, of the chicken. The chicken
Okay.
juice is coming out.
Meaning I don't really need that much.
You don't need that much oil. No, it doesn't need that much oil.
So we're still searing, we're not frying yet, Abby.
Yes, we're searing.
We're searing. Because once I start seeing so much oil, my mindset just goes to fry. All right, so what are we using the vinegar and soy to do as quickly as possible?
This is the teriyaki. The vinegar and soy is the base of the sauce.
Are we pouring
We're
it?
pouring it into the frying pan, and it's going to cook with the chicken.
Fabulous.
Fabulous, yeah.
Oh, goodness me. I
Yes.
can't wait to see what happens there.
Yes.
And I really would love to know what the spring onions are going to be doing in this whole meal.
Yes.
But we have to go for a short break. And when we return, there's still more on Wake Up Nigeria. Hello, and it's a beautiful Monday morning. We're here to be a part of your day, help you start it off the right way.
Yeah, and to spice it up
Yeah.
and give you your daily dose of motivation, fun, goodness, and, just generally make you feel relaxed.
Of course.
People are, getting back to school today.
Well,
Most people.
a lot of schools resuming, and parents need motivation.
Yeah.
Mondays are for motivation, and of course, Modukwe will be back with us talking about building sustainable relationships for professional advantage.
And after that, we'll be treated to some really good and a very new banger. It's called Banger now.
Yeah.
In our day and age.
It's
called
music.
a banger.
It's music.
Shay will be deploying her skills on our stage shortly.
Of course. All right.
So you said deployment, I was thinking of war.
What she does put a lot of passion and energy into performing.
Yeah, so it's called deployment.
You have to. Made me remember Davido yesterday and all of that. And Nigerian artists are doing quite well when it comes to the African scene and the world scene. The big news also over the weekend was that Wizkid was expected to be at Coachella.
Yeah, I heard.
But guy was just on low key.
Okay.
Now, it was visa issues, according to him, that made him unable to perform the previous week. Now, the official handle of Coachella let us know that, okay, he couldn't make it, but he'll be coming up this week. Beyonce also performed, but then we didn't see Wizkid. We didn't hear anything. So, and he has not said anything. Nobody has said anything.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
It can be very dramatic.
He had a large contingent. And we're not sure if everybody got a visa.
But this thing is, it's becoming very, very, we're seeing this a lot with Wizkid. Personal appearances, in Rwanda it happened. I think they even had to take him to court there. It even happened at Banky's wedding. He said he could not go because of his visa. Wizkid is known for visa issues.
Well, that's not something to be to be known for.
I mean, considering that this was, and most of these things are planned ahead.
Yeah,
of course.
Banky's wedding was planned. How come you don't know?
So there was something else that happened on Friday. Swedish musician Avicii passed away. Now, Avicii was one of those amazing musicians that put together dance music, and it's really, really sad to have heard that he died due to drinking issues and pancreatitis. So, of course, a young person in that particular industry, they get exposed to a lot of things, and sadly, it took a young man's life.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I put quite a lot of music up on my Instagram page from him, and if you go there, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. It's just really, really sad. Yeah. But with that...
It's the headlines in the papers. Yomi and Titi, take it away.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, thanks so much, Mike.
And we're starting with the Vanguard newspaper. It says here, politicians behind killings in Middle Belt, according to the presidency, alleges plot to divide Nigerians using farmers' herders crisis. Nationwide killing source of concern, says Gowon. Nigeria bleeding, says Governor Dixon, calls for prayers. It also says here, suicide bombers, gunmen, herdsmen kill 17 in Borno, Kogi, and Benue. It also says here, US A-29 counterinsurgency aircraft for delivery in 2020. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
All right, the Nigerian Tribune is up next with the headline, 20 killed, 8 wounded, 15 houses razed in Kogi, Borno. Killings across Nigeria, worrisome, says Gowon. Nigeria is bleeding, says Dixon. And U.S. to deliver 12 fighter jets to Nigeria in 2020. Some herdsmen, farmers attacks driven by politicians, says presidency. Says third force dead on arrival. All right. Oyo 2019, Ladoja, Kolosho, and others meet in Ibadan today. George Oyinlola in war of words. National state assemblies don't need mace for lawmaking, says Falana. And crisis hits PDP Senate caucus as senators move against Akpabio. And finally, APC convention, Oyegu must go, Tinubu camp insists. All on the cover of the Tribune.
The cover of this day says, why we paid $469 million for Tucano aircraft ahead of National Assembly approval by Buhari. Money taken from ECA as President seeks supplementary input to 2018 budget on anticipatory approval. Jets to be delivered in 2020, says U.S. government. Presidency blames opposition for federal government's failure to stem herdsmen killings. It also says here, INEC denies colluding with APC on creation of new polling units. PDP Senate caucus allegedly moves to remove Akpabio as minority leader. And finally, we did not shun foreign investors, says Adeosun Emefiele. as CBN governor signposts possible monetary policy easing soon. That's what we have on the cover of this day. Well, that's about it on the newspaper headlines for this morning. The newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure. All right. Coming up, we have a discussion with Modupe Akinsiun right after this break. Welcome back. Now, in the world of networking, both real and virtual, relationships have never been more vital, as they're possibly tools to career advancement and, of course, socio-economic progress. But there are some processes involved in making and keeping the right relationships and using them to, form stepping stones when it comes to career advancement. Joining us now to shed more light on this is Modupe Akinsiun, life coach and motivational speaker. Welcome back, Modupe.
No, thank you for having me again.
All right. So this issue of working or workplace relationships, networking, I guess a lot of people don't think of it as important.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
So let me say that I think people have been brought up with the notion that, when you get to the workplace, you should not necessarily try to seek favors, you shouldn't try to kiss ass, you shouldn't try to suck up to people.
Okay.
And so it just makes people say, let me respect myself and stay within my space and all that. And then they restrict themselves to their own personal boundaries. Sometimes you have people saying, I don't even know how the other person is going to receive me. So why do I need to be forward in making? So there are different reasons why people restrict themselves, from forming those strategic relationships with people.
But then they are important.
Absolutely.
Okay. Why are they so important?
Right. So, if you see, every workplace in that sense contains 2 or more people. So you're not the only one in an organization, except of course you're working for yourself. But when it comes to you working with people and all of that, you need to form strategic relationships with them. Because in the world of work today, collaboration is a key attribute that someone who is going to thrive is required to have, right? And the truth is, yes, we can get on projects, collaborate, and then disband, and everybody goes their separate ways. But then even beyond your organization, you need to network and spread your tentacles, across your industry. Even I tell people you need to go cross-national. You need to go international. You need to form relationships within your industry. So it's very critical.
Okay, so, this issue of, so let's think of an organization like a bank now. There's so many different departments. I don't really know anything about HR, so why should I really be talking to people in HR? I don't know anything about insurance. Why should I be going to the insurance people when I'm in creative?
Absolutely.
It's kind of hard to find common ground with people in other departments. So how would you suggest I go about it?
So where it all begins is you need to have a vision for yourself. What are your career goals? What is the vision you have for your career? Because that then influences what steps you're required or you will need to take, in forming those relationships. So if I sit down, for instance, and I say, in the next 10 years, I want to be an executive director in this organization, then it then informs the kind of people I need to start or I desire to start networking with, all right, within the organization. So it might be HR, it might be anybody, it might even be, deciding for me to say, I've identified this person who has been able to attain the same height I'm aspiring to attain, and then I'm able to form a valuable, a mutually beneficial relationship with this person, so that's what you need to have, a vision and what you're striving for.
Okay, so there's always this worry a few people have this worry, this issue of see finish,
I know.
being disrespected or, being given attitude. What if that person you really need to network with is very arrogant? I'm like, I don't want to put myself through that.
Right. I totally get you. So truth is, people have different attitudes. In fact, I remember a friend of mine had once mentioned that she saw this lady she had always considered a role model at a networking event. And then she was also excited, like, oh my God, I'm going to network with this. And the person just gave the shoe kind of attitude. And so she felt so bad, like, seriously, but then I tell people, it's like saying I come to sell my market to you and then you don't buy from me. Am I going to stop selling from from there. No, not, I mean, it just tells me that you are not, I mean, I had a wrong opinion of your person. So it's for me to ask myself, who else can fit this, you know? So see finish comes when we, I mean, do not maintain some level of self-respect. So when we talk about building relationships, we're not talking about dragging yourself, you know, all over the place and trying to seek favors. I'm talking about finding, you know, identifying who the critical stakeholders in your organization are, you know, and then forming mutually valuable, and I put that mutually because it's not about you obtaining and taking advantage of their position and their person and all. You know, it's about you saying, okay, you know what, I like what I see in this person, I desire what he or she has, or I think this person can add value to me in this aspect. How can I be of help? How can I also add value to this?
That person?
Absolutely. That's when relationship becomes smooth.
All right. Modupe, you have a way of putting everything clear into black and white for us. And I think we have to build a mutually beneficial relationship very soon. Oh, dear me. So that's it on Motivation for this morning. We have the amazing Seyi Shay on standby with Yomi for a musical performance.
All right, so we told you she was coming. She's finally here. She woke up early and stumbled into our studio. She's a Nigerian singer. You know her. She's Seyi Shay. And she's here this morning to give us a performance of her latest single, Alili. The song is off her titled album EP titled Electric Package. And she's going to deliver that package to us in all its energy this morning, Seyi Shay.
I'll try.
It's so good to see you this morning.
Me too.
All right.
Consequence.
Arriba. You know, say now we dey run no border. Now we dey one for the go. You can't be sitting when the girl is on the microphone. As you see me coming out the bugae, you see me coming out the sugae. Me not dey see anybody. All I wanna do is chop on my money. Follow me legally. Judas the body. Follow me legally. Judas the body. Arsenal and the Baka. Yeah, buy and no baja. I want them me for shit. Money I do ragba.
All right, Shay, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful. Alele. I like that.
All right.
Now we're going to alele over to the couch in a few minutes. But before that, we're going to take a break. And we're right back with Shay.
Welcome back. So, Deborah Oluwaseyi Joshua, professionally known as Shay. Yes, I did it. Yeah. Yes, you can kill me later. A Nigerian-based singer-songwriter is in the studio. Yeah,
in 2005, she signed a record deal with Island Records and released her debut studio album, Shay or Shay. And she gave us a really good performance earlier on the show, and now it's time to find out what she's been up to.
Yeah.
With a new EP and stuff. I feel overdressed for this interview.
To the occasion, really.
Welcome, Shay.
Thank you.
In all your grandeur and splendor. Welcome.
Thank you.
No, but really, Shay, amazing work. You've been doing quite a lot of amazing things. In the past year, you know, I've been looking out for you, and I know that you're working on something for the youth, I think, even a scholarship. That was just amazing. But so music-wise, this new song, talk to us about it.
Okay, well, let me just tell you how things really went in order.
Yeah.
So towards the end of last year, I had released like 2-3 songs since January. After Yolo Yolo, I put out an international song with my label, For Your Matter, featuring UG. And then I now released another one called Weekend Vibes, featuring Sarkodie. Then I had a few months kind of off, just sort of reconfiguring my life pretty much. And then I landed a lead role in a movie called Lara and the Beat by Biola Alabi Studios. And so I worked with a director and a whole team from Los Angeles on this movie, starring myself, Som Kelly, and Vector Viper. And I spent 3 months on set because it was actually a really intense movie, and that will be out later this year. And so after that took me up until December. And in December, I expanded my management team, and I went to, after the NEA Awards, came back to Nigeria and embarked on the making of this EP, which I call Electric Package.
Okay.
Because of that
thing that happened.
That stunt that happened some years ago. That they tried to like crucify me because I was asked what does EP mean, and I said Electric Package. And all the people that were crucifying me had no idea what EP meant.
Of course.
Nobody in Nigeria.
Because it was like, oh, she doesn't know what EP means. And then I'm Googling what EP means.
I'm Googling, not even that, they even Google, like just somebody just said, there, come on, got it. This one now said, hey, it's yours. Everybody now joined. They now put their mouth and nose and everything in, and like obviously that trended for a while. So I decided to flip it on them and call my EP
Electric Package.
Nice. Right? I was actually a bit confused, like Electric Package. I didn't know what to expect, but this breakdown just does it for me.
I call it Electric Package. 6 songs featuring 6 DJs from around Africa and a few artists from around Africa.
6 DJs.
Very nice.
6. That's a lot of work. Okay, so how did you go about picking the DJs, the artists, who you were going to partner with?
Well, the song I just performed for you right now features DJ Consequence, and it sounds like something that he would have, really liked to be on. And when he heard it, he was like, "Yeah, I'll jump on that." Flavor too, and then we have like people like Neptune, DJ Cuppy, DJ Spinall.
Okay. Was there a particular reason why you picked DJs? You know, because I feel like
DJs are always slept on.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're usually always at the background and stuff.
All right, I'm thinking, you have the kind of voice that you can use to do ballads, you can use to do, so many different types of music. But it does feel like you're leaning towards
dance.
This Afro Calypso kind of sound. Is there a reason for that?
Because everybody wants to dance. Everybody likes to dance. Everybody likes to feel happy, and so I feel like Yolo Yolo was like, for me, just like the sign.
Okay.
That's where I needed to stay. Because I'm just generally a happy, bubbly person. I'm loud. I'm like, let's dance, let's do this, let's do that. And then, so if I'm making music that's like really somber and down and everything, kind of defeats who I really am.
Okay.
I wanted to take you back a little bit to late last year when you said you took some time off to just rearrange
your
things. So tell us about that. I know that it's very personal for you, but tell us why you needed to probably redirect your energies.
Well, because I wanted to do a bit more. I wanted to be more involved with like my work, my music firsthand. I needed to take the bull by the horns, as it were. Yeah. So I needed to, get myself a new I needed to get myself a manager, because like for the longest time I've been micromanaging everything, right? But I had the opportunity of meeting somebody called Kamal Ajiboye, who was formerly the manager of Davido. And when we met on the set of the movie that I had just finished filming, we had a long, in-depth conversation, and I realized that he had a wealth of knowledge of the industry. I realized that he was very well-respected guy, and he just knew exactly what I needed, what I wanted to do with my music, and so.
All right, so working with Kamal now, does it give you a bigger, brighter perspective?
Definitely, because I'm able now to like offset a lot, that I used to handle myself before. And now I can just focus on the music. I spent like 3 months just making music. I ended up like 20-something records and picked only 6. Do you understand?
Wow.
So it's like...
you wouldn't have been able to do that.
I wouldn't have been able to do that in my past situations, yeah.
All right, so in all this, now, we're not getting any younger. I say we for a reason. So let's talk relationships now. Is there any special someone out there? Because we never really hear about that. We don't talk about that online much.
Nobody talks about it?
Well, I'm not sure if they're
just
talking about it. So talk to us. Is there anyone special out there? What do you have plans for when it comes to settling down?
I think just being a young lady at my age and in this country, I'm expected to have already settled down, X, Y, Z. But I believe that you can do both, you can have both. But I also believe that it's very easy to get married to the wrong person. So that when you now get married, 1 year later, you're already fighting or something, or divorce. Because that happens a lot in my generation, and a lot nowadays. So I don't want that for my life. And I would rather, because it will have a double effect on me, my music and my personal life. So let me just, round up properly.
Of course.
With my music and my career, go into other things. And the right person, if he's there already, he understands what to do and how to do it, and then we'll be fine. God's time is the best time.
Yeah, so 2018 is looking like a big year with the movie coming out. So are you going to be doing more movies, or this is just like one-off for you?
Well, the movie comes out in July, cinemas everywhere, and I had the opportunity to see a few clips, a few trailers.
How did it feel?
Oh my God, I'm like, wow, is that me? So what a lot of people don't understand, or I shouldn't be saying too much about it, but you guys will get the full gist soon. But what a lot of people didn't realize while we were filming is that I wasn't actually acting.
That was really you.
Oh, right.
Really?
Okay. So when you watch the movie, you understand. So they're like, you're such an amazing actress, Shiggy. I'm like, I've never acted before. This is not acting. This is just... Right. So, I would read a few of the lines and then memorize a few lines. They call it slides, or sides. Sorry, sides. And I read it in 4 lines. Okay, great. Action, and then I would just like... But it's like, it was also like it was written, the movie was written for me. Even them casting Vector, who is, an old friend of mine, and then casting so many people that I already knew. It was really weird. It's almost like...
All right. So it seems like you had fun on set. I have a feeling you're going to be doing a bit more.
Would I do it again? Yes, I would.
You would?
Very nice, very nice. Yeah.
So before we came on air, we were talking a bit about food.
Yeah.
So we know that you like food.
Oh my God.
But it doesn't show.
It doesn't show at all.
You know why, right?
Why?
Because of what happened this morning.
What?
Oh my goodness, you're not going to talk about that.
My system is like that.
We're on national TV, Shay. Are you really?
No, but it's true.
What happened this morning? Tell us.
Girl. You came like, you met me at the door. I was like, move! Get out of my way. Where's the toilet?
Where's the toilet? Okay, so That's the real Shay Shay.
That's
I've
me.
known you
I
for
just
quite a while.
Yeah, man.
But I know that the food in the kitchen is the kind of thing you
that I would like.
So let's go over to the kitchen and have a
right.
bite. Oh dear me, we have Chef Yvonne here.
Chef Yvonne doing her thing.
And she is one of our secret weapons.
Is this me?
Okay.
This is how you guys get your guests to come, right?
Yes.
I knew it.
We get them coming back every single time.
Because of Yvonne. That's why I hope they're paying you very well.
All right then.
So Chef Yvonne,
tell us about
what you did.
White rice with chicken, teriyaki chicken.
Teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, teriyaki
How do you make
sauce.
teriyaki sauce? Or is it something that you
No, you can actually, it's very simple. You can do with homemade, ingredients. You have your vinegar, you have your soy sauce, you have your sugar, and you have garlic, you have your chicken.
Yeah.
And then
and that's it. And it smells amazing.
Awesome.
So please,
Thank you.
dig in.
Nice.
Tell us how
Are you guys not
tastes.
joining me?
Well,
Well, after the show.
trust me.
Can't talk
We
with.
don't like to carry last.
Right.
But we can't talk with our mouth full. So
Right.
while she's taking a bite, let's wrap up.
Yeah.
It's been fun actually this
It
Monday.
has, very nice.
Right.
We've been
Packed show.
sufficiently motivated. Want to say a big thank you to Home ENG, our friends, for the kitchen accessories.
Yeah. And of course, a big shout out to Fola's Place for styling our hair. And Mary, we're looking out for you. Get well soon,
Oh yeah,
darling.
Mary, get well
she's
soon.
been feeling a bit under the
have
weather.
some chicken soup.
All right, so what do you think?
Oh my God.
Amazing?
Can I have it?
Yeah, please, go ahead. It's all yours.
All right, a big thank you to Shay Shay for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you.
We will be back tomorrow, Tuesday.
Of course, and we'll have another amazing experience for you. Our clips will be on YouTube before long. Make sure you look out for us, and we'll be online at TVC Connect.
Well done, Chef Yvonne.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram at